Israel was in trouble. Their king Ahab and his wife Jezebel were some of the most wicked rulers ever to reign over Israel. In fact, King Ahab disobeyed God more than any of the other kings of Israel before him. So, God's prophet Elijah told King Ahab, "As surely as the Lord, the God of Israel lives, the God I serve, there will be no rain during the next few years until I give the word." Then Elijah went and hid, for he knew the king was very angry with him. The prophet's words came to pass, and there was no rainfall anywhere in the land, and the famine became very bad. After 3 years of no rain, the Lord said to Elijah, "Go to King Ahab and tell him, I will soon send rain." So Elijah obeyed and went to Ahab. When Ahab saw him, he shouted, "Is it really you, troublemaker of Israel?" "I have made no trouble for Israel," Elijah replied. "You and your family are the troublemakers, because you have refused to obey the commands of the Lord and have worshipped the false god Baal. Now, call all of Israel to join me at Mount Carmel, along with the 450 prophets of Baal." So Ahab called all the people of Israel and the prophets of Baal to Mount Carmel. Then Elijah stood in front of them and declared, "How much longer will you try to follow two gods at the same time? If the Lord is God, then follow him. But if Baal is God, then follow him." But the people remained silent. Then Elijah said, "I am the only prophet of the Lord who is left, but Baal has 450 prophets. Now, bring 2 bulls. The prophets of Baal may choose whichever one they wish, prepare it, and lay it on the wood of their altar. But they must not set fire to it. I will prepare the other bull and lay it on the wood of the Lord's altar. I also will not set fire to it. Then call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. The God who answers by setting fire to the wood, he is the true God." And all the people agreed on this plan. So the prophets of Baal prepared their bull. Then they called on the name of Baal from morning till noon. "Baal, answer us," they shouted. But no one answered, and they danced around the altar they had made. At noon, Elijah began to tease them. "Shout louder! Maybe Baal is busy, or maybe he is traveling, or maybe he is sleeping and needs to be awakened." So they shouted louder. They frantically chanted all afternoon, but there was still no response. Then Elijah said to all of the people, "Come near me." Then Elijah repaired the Lord's altar that had been torn down. After he built up the altar with stones, he dug a trench around the altar. Once the offering had been prepared, Elijah said, "Fill 4 large jars with water and pour the water over the offering and the wood." 3 times Elijah had the people pour water on the wood until the water ran around the altar and filled the trench. At the usual time for offering the evening sacrifice, Elijah walked up to the altar and prayed, "O Lord, prove today that you are God in Israel and that I am your servant. O Lord, answer me so these people will know that you, O Lord, are God and that you are turning their hearts back to you." Immediately, the fire of the Lord flashed down from heaven and burned up the offering, the wood, stones, and even all the water in the trench. When the people saw it, they fell with their faces to the ground and cried out, "The Lord, He is God! Yes, the Lord is God!" Then Elijah climbed to the top of Mount Carmel and bowed low to the ground and prayed. The Lord answered his prayer, and soon the sky was black with clouds. God had brought rain back to Israel to prove that He was the true God and that he was turning the hearts of his people back to him.